Welcome to Tech Blueprint, a window that lets you know the latest technology news in the world. Silicon Valley tycoon Huang Renshuan recently made a big splash with a statement: Huawei is China's most dangerous opponent. They have conquered every market. At the moment when Nvidia's market value reached $2 trillion, the global AI chip overlord suddenly turned his gun and admitted that the US-led technology blockade had completely failed. Just a week before he said this, Nvidia's official website quietly updated the competitor list, and Huawei's name was prominently listed on the homepage, with the label "Major Threat" next to it. This 5-year technological encirclement was torn open by Huawei. A bloody breakthrough. 5 years of sanctions. Huawei is killing like crazy. When the US supply cutoff order came into effect in 2019, politicians in Washington celebrated with champagne, believing that Huawei would not last more than 3 years. But Huawei's financial report in 2024 threw out a string of numbers that directly slapped its face. The communication business revenue was $361.9 billion, and the global 5G base station orders 180%. Even the UK secretly restarted cooperation, because the actual measured data showed that Huawei base stations save 40% more power than European ones, and have a 30% larger coverage radius. What's even more amazing is the mobile phone battlefield. On the day when the Mate 70 equipped with a purely domestic Kirin chip was launched, the scalper price in Beijing Zhongguancun was directly hyped to twice the official website price. 46 Chinese suppliers collectively appeared, and Yu Qingdong's words, 100% localization rate, made Apple launch the largest price reduction in history overnight. In contrast, Nvidia's days are getting harder and harder. The AI chip market, which should have been lying down and making money, was torn open by Huawei. The efficiency of training large models with the Ascend 910C chip reached 85% of Nvidia's A100, and the Dongguan factory rushed to work 24 hours a day. Huang Renshuan had to admit, China's AI industry is turning to an independent system, and 1,800 companies have been connected to the Huawei ecosystem. The most heartbreaking thing is that when the United States is still arguing over the special version, H20 chip, the 1,300 megawatt-hours energy storage order for Saudi Arabia's Red Sea New City has been won by Huawei's liquid cooling system, and the photovoltaic panels in the desert are all connected to Chinese technology. Using American shackles to forge Chinese armor, the Pentagon's operation can be called magical realism. Huawei's 5G equipment has just been dismantled here, and the communication module of the African Drone Command System is still using Huawei technology. This really fragrant law is spreading in the technology circle. Germany's Handelsblatt revealed that the EU is plotting to lift the ban on Huawei's 5G, and French operators have started testing. The African Communications Ministers' Conference directly resolved to reject the politicization of technology, and Ethiopia's National Communication Network Transformation Order was given to Huawei without hesitation. On the other hand, Nvidia is stuck in a dilemma by the US ban. Want to make money from the Chinese? Okay, cut 30% of the computing power of the H800 chip first. Want to keep the market? Huawei's Ascend chip has forced Huang Renshuan to cut his own profits, and the revenue in China in Q1 2024 has plummeted to 10% of the total plate. What is even more dramatic is that when the US Department of Commerce threatened that if China dares to supply special chips, it will impose sanctions the next day, the Shenzhen dealer calmly said, Now Huawei's orders for shrinking chips are not completed until next year. The invisible moat of ecological war, Huawei's real killer, has never been a single product. The capital steel workers use domestic software to draw rocket drawings, pancake vendors scan code payments on the Hongmeng system, and even the global warehouses of Sumek Group are managed by AI large screens. This is the technological deep waters jointly built by 500 million users and 2 million companies. While Americans are still arguing whether ChatGPT will leak privacy, a Chinese tertiary hospital has used shrinking chips plus Hongmeng system to reduce CT diagnosis time from 15 minutes to 3 seconds. NVIDIA's anxiety is visible to the naked eye. While Huang Renxuan was shouting, "Continue to provide special chips," he watched Huawei turn the US bottleneck list into a research catalog, investing $900 billion in research and development funds in 5 years, turning the supply cut crisis into the world's most stringent quality control test. Now even Microsoft has begun to test Ascend chips, because Huawei's AI computing power cost is 40% lower than NVIDIA. The dialectic of the gamebreaker, US Secretary of Commerce Raimondo once said Huawei is dead, and now she explains, why is her own 5G base station 3 times more expensive than Huawei's? When China Aerospace Science and Industry used domestic software to design rockets, Dassault's French engineers were cramming Chinese. This picture is more inspiring than any patriotic slogan. Looking back at this technology game, the most ironic thing is that the sanctions hammer hit 2 nails. Huawei charged Apple and Samsung 5G patent fees, earning $3.8 billion in a single quarter. NVIDIA lost 20% of the Chinese market due to the ban, and the H100 chip was sold at a sky-high price of $250,000 on the black market. When Huang Renxuan complained that US policies make Chinese technology rise faster, engineers in Shenzhen are using a no-code development platform to allow ordinary Excel users to build an intelligent management system. This is equivalent to assigning an AI engineer to each small business, while similar software in the United States still charges an annual fee of $299 US. The gap has already emerged. What do you think of this?